Now that our composition is ready, let me show you what a composition does. So right here is where a composition will be set. When you work with bigger projects, you'll have multiple compositions which will all be around here. If you ever close your composition, you can always open it by double clicking it. Here's where you can adjust the preview options. This is zoom. If you want to zoom in on your footage, if you're masking, you can do so. And if you ever want to return back to normal, go to fit, where you'll see the whole project in frame. Right here is your frame quality. This will be for single frames only, not the whole preview. So if you want to look at a single frame in higher quality, you can adjust it to half or full. Make sure you have your mask visibility on so you can see the edges of each footage. Now, let me show you how to work with footage. Now, let's drag our first clip onto the composition by dragging it to the left side or the right side. I would drag it to the left side so it starts at the beginning. First thing I do when I drag footage in is I want to mute this button right here. This is to toggle the audio on or off. Right here is your visibility, and right here is for solo. So if you have multiple clips on your composition and you want to view just one, you press the solo button and it'll view just that clip. To delete your footage, all you're going to do is click on that clip, press backspace or delete. Now that you know the basics of composition work, let's practice trimming, snapping, and splitting. To work with your footage, all you're going to do is click on it and it's active. You can drag it around like this, or you can snap it by pressing the left bracket or the right bracket. Left bracket will snap your footage to the right of the cursor, right bracket will snap your footage to the left of the cursor. As for the cursor, all you have to do is click up here on the timeline and you can drag it around. So let's snap our footage to the beginning with the left bracket, and now let's trim this footage to the usable area. So what you want to do is you're going to drag around, find where your clip starts. Mine starts right around here. To trim the left side of the footage, since we don't want this, you're going to hold Alt and press left bracket. That'll delete everything to the left of the cursor. Now let's do the same for the end. Right here. And we're going to go Alt, right bracket to delete everything on the right side of the cursor. When we start to work in our full video, we might need to split this in half and use some of it for later. To do that, you're going to find where you want it to split. You're going to press Ctrl, Shift, and D. That'll split your footage, so now we have two clips. There's several ways of putting your footage in a timeline, but this is the way you should be doing it. The main key you'll be using is Shift. When you hold Shift, it will snap automatically to the end of footage, keyframes, or cursors. As you can see here, when I'm dragging along, it'll snap right to the end. If I don't hold Shift, it won't do that. So what we want to do is hold Shift, go to the end of our first clip, make sure the clip we want to move is selected, and we're going to hit left bracket. That'll bring the footage to the right of your cursor, so there'll be no blank frames. If you don't do this and you try to drag it yourself, you might end up with some black space, and we don't want that. Another thing to know about your preview, up here on the right side, if you go to preview, this is where your settings will be for the video playback. So right here for frame rate, make sure it's set to auto. It'll automatically adjust it to your composition settings. Resolution, I keep it at quarter so it plays the fastest. When you have a bigger project and this line right here is not green, that means that it's going to take some RAM previewing before you can preview it. This green light right here, that means that this playback is cached. If you remember, when you went to Edit, Preferences, Media, and Disk Cache, this is what is stored. And so far, we already have 1.8 gigabytes. So this can fill it fast, and that's why you want to make sure this is empty before you start a project. If you have a long project and this isn't green, you're going to want to click Cache Before Playback. So when you press play, it'll buffer out all the cache first and then it'll play. But for now, we don't need this. To play your footage, all you want to do is go to the first clip, snap your cursor with Shift, and press the spacebar. Wherever your cursor ends, that's what it'll play for the next time. But you can always adjust it whenever you want. This right here is your work area bracket, but we won't need this till later on in the course.